Hi guys, it's me JB. I'm still up. I'm recording this on the early hours of Monday morning because I'm just not tired at all. So I'll be going to bed in about an hour time of recording. But at the moment I'm having a bit of a chill out night tonight, and then I'm back to the hard grind of the week ahead. But I'll be making time to watch Trevor's Sports tomorrow because of the Champions League that he's doing on his channel, and I'll be one of the commentators. I won't tell you what game I'm doing, but you'll have to wait and see on that channel, so don't ask me any questions. But that's not why I'm on here tonight. With all due respect, I've taken a step back 24 hours since, more than 24 hours, I think about 30 odd hours have passed since the final whistle at Turf Moor, around about 5 o'clock on Saturday, and my opinion at the moment is still the same as it was at the final whistle. Burnley are a completely different animal to what they were last season. I mean, we got a good start, had a bit of a wobble in the middle, and then we went on a great run towards the end of the season. Not letting even COVID-19 spoil that. But this year I have to say, we've had some very, very poor performances this season. Couple of games spring to mind. Obviously Newcastle, that was an horrendous performance amongst others. West Brom, we didn't play well enough, although we should have won the game. Southampton, we didn't play well enough, and again we should have won the game. We were done by some defensive madness, and again it's 3 pieces of defensive madness that's cost us again yesterday. But it wasn't just those 3 bits of poor defending that cost us, really. It was the whole round team performance, and I'm going to get on to marks and get on to certain players because certain things need to be said. I'm not going to rant or go mad about it because I've done all that. I've absolutely done that now 2 or 3 times this season where I've gone X-rated and swung my head off because it's just not been good enough. I've had to go at the board. I think what's happened during the close season hasn't helped things on the field. But yesterday, when I looked at the side, I did the commentary, as you all know on Twitch, and the commentary is there to listen to on JB Sports. So I listened to the original commentary from yesterday before you come on to this particular video, going on and criticising me, really. But this is based on what I saw and how we went about it. I'm going to give the marks straight away. So let me just bring up yesterday's game. Yesterday's game on BBC. This will not take too long, but I am going to give my marks because I think there are certain things that need to be said. We are currently, as at time of recording, bottom of the league, which is not where you want to be at the moment. So there we are. Let's pick up who played on Saturday, and I'll just give individual marks to the Burnley players. I'll give a team mark as well. I'll give the manager as well, and I'll give my own personal man of the match award as well. That is for sure. But there are certain players that are not good enough or are not fit to wear the Burnley shirt, and I will lay into them in due course. So I'm going to start with Burnley. I'm going to start with the lads. Before I say, well done to Chelsea. Chelsea fans, your team were excellent today, or yesterday rather. It's the best I've seen them play for the season thus far. Looked a really decent side as regards Premier League, and I'm sure you'll be up there or thereabouts challenging come the end of the season. I have no doubts about that whatsoever. Your side were brilliant, and I'll come to mark your whole round team performance. I think you'll be impressed with the mark I'm going to give you a little later on, so it'll be worth just staying to the end, Chelsea fans, for that one. And I'm a Claret, but I thought very impressive performance by you guys compared to our limp bit of a side, really. Anyway, let's crack on with the marking. We'll start with the goalkeeper, Nick Pope. not his finest hour, I'm afraid. Yesterday, I've sung his praises for a number of months. He's been magnificent for us since taking over from Tom. But yesterday, I think he was at fault at the first goal. I think he should have got there. I think he could have seen the Ziyech shot. I really could, and it's cost us. But having said that, his defenders in front of him didn't help. He had no chance with the Zuma goal. He had no chance with the Werner goal. In fairness to him, that one mistake on the first goal was the only blot on the copybook. It was a solid performance after that. Handled very well from a couple of good shots for Mason Mount. So he gets, having said that, he gets a 5. So that's the be all and end all with that. And that was Nick Pope in a nutshell. Bit of a mixed bag really yesterday from him. Matt Lawton, apart from one moment where he set up Ashley Barnes for the early chance, wasn't in the game. It was almost as if Ben Chilwell and Mason Mount had him in their pockets. It was easy for them. Lawton, poor defensively, poor positionally. Also went to sleep on the third goal. He should have been picking up Werner, I feel. Not a good display from him. He gets a 3. Kevin Long did okay, but he's not the man for me. The sooner we get Ben Mee back in the side, I think the better, because I look at Kevin Long. He's obviously not had enough games in his 10 years at Burnley. He's a loyal guy. He gives you the door when he comes into the side. I'm not disputing his work, his commitment and his dedication, but his championship, if that. And we can't be relying on championship standard defenders to get us out of this mess. And I'm afraid Kevin Long is, despite his efforts and his loyalty he's given us, I don't think he's good enough. 3, because I didn't think he had his best game. James Tarkowski, 4. Reason I give him 4, he was to blame on the second goal. He was the closest defender, I believe, to Kurt Zouma when Zouma had a free header, and I think he should have been picked up certainly by Tarkowski, if not Long. You know, the marking from the set plays yesterday from Burnley as a whole was poor, but Tarkowski, put in his usual blocks, but again, just textbook defending lets him down. There are certain players, I don't know if Tarkowski is one of them, that just don't seem to bother some days, or don't seem to care enough about the performances they're putting in at the moment. So he gets a 4. Charlie Taylor, I thought he was. I'm going to give him 6 because he did try. He's probably the only one that tried. Get the ball away for the first goal after making a magnificent tackle, but then blotted his own copybook by giving the ball away. But apart from that, I thought he had a good match. I thought he did well, and he didn't. He was one of the very few Burnley players that actually tried and didn't give up. So I'm going to give him 6, and that's the highest mark I'm going to give anybody today because this week, because at the moment I couldn't see anyone else performing. Josh Brownhill, 4. Doesn't cut it with Stevens in the middle of midfield. Just didn't cut it. Westwood started out on the right. Why? I do not know. He's a central midfielder. Obviously, we've got Goodmanson injured, which gives us a very, very bad imbalance on the right hand side. An impossible task, but should be doing a lot better for me. I think he gets a 4 for that. Didn't skip with the side well. Lack of leadership there. Gave the ball away in the build up to the third goal by playing an aimless ball to Taylor, which Taylor was never going to get on the end of. You know, it was a tough one, but bitterly disappointing. Just silly mistakes, and he should be leading by example. He gets a 4. Now I'm going to come on to Dale Stevens, a man. I might just have a little rant about him for 5 minutes, for a couple of minutes, because I need to get this off my chest. I've never seen a central midfielder for Burnley or any other club, and I've been watching football for over 30 years, right, man and boy. And in half an hour alone yesterday, Dale Stephens must have given the ball away not one, not two, not three, not four, not even five, but 6 times. Cheaply gave away the ball to the opposition. It was horrible. It was car crash football from Dale Stephens. He just could not be bothered. I don't care he's new. People will argue that he's a new signing, he needs to get into the thing. Absolute rubbish. You're paid a good wage, more than a living wage to put on the shirt. You're paid £30,000 a week. And you're telling me he needs to settle in? Do me a favour. Stephens was substituted at half time. If I was manager, if I'd have been shown that, I'd have subbed him off after 20 minutes. That performance from Dale Stephens, the individual performance he put up, was nothing short of despicable, spineless, toothless, and to be perfectly blunt and honest, he never even tried or bothered. He didn't seem to give a monkey's about the shirt or that the club that he was representing or the fans that he was representing. An absolute disgraceful performance. I would have subbed him off long before half time, and the mark is going to reflect this. He gets a -4. -4 because, quite frankly, that's not what I expect from a Burnley player. Dale Stephens, I'm sorry, mate, but you deserve that because you were just unbelievably not trying your heart out. When anyone puts a claret and blue shirt on, doesn't matter whether you're new or you've been there 10 years, you are expected to put sweat on the shirt, you're expected to try and not play lazy balls. And you kept playing lazy balls. So, I'm sorry, I'm not changing my mind. -4, Dale Stephens. Speaking of lazy, Dwight McNeil. I thought we got the old Dwight McNeil back a couple of weeks ago when we played West Bromwich Albion. It seems to me that we haven't yesterday, and it was poor. On Saturday, it was poor. Again, is it down to tactics? Is it down to McNeil? He's not taking on players on the right hand side, on the left hand side. He's letting Charlie Taylor do all the donkey work for him, and that shouldn't be that way. He just, I mean, some games he does well, some games he doesn't. Unfortunately, the latter will apply for this one because, again, just seems to laze about and then doesn't help with Taylor's defensive responsibilities. You know, when Dwight McNeil burst onto the scene at home to West Ham, and then we saw him at Huddersfield commentating live on this very channel 2 years ago, I was impressed with him. I thought he was a star for the future. Now he's had this big contract and he's Billy Big Time. He thinks he's above everyone else. Well, I've got news for you, Dwight. You're not. You might be one of our own, but you're not performing. You need to pick up your game. So I'm afraid you're going to get 3 from me, which I think is actually quite generous, to be quite honest with you. Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes. I'll start with Ashley Barnes first. He gets 4. He had the 2 outstanding chances for us. I mean, we only had 2 chances all match, and we didn't even hit the target with any of them. First one, he should have done better because the ball was hit over by Lawton, as I said before, and Barnes takes the most horrendous first touch to control it. And, I mean, it was cringing to watch and to commentate on. And then he's tried to lob the goalkeeper, and he's lobbed it about 10 miles over the bar. You know, I mean, any cricketer behind that stand in the cricket field could have caught that. I mean, it's still up in the air. They might have been catching it behind the stand. It was just awful. And then he had a speculative long range, which stabbed Mendy diving, but no more. And as for Chris Wood, he was Barnes was replaced by Brady. Stevens, in fact, was replaced by Jared. And then Chris Wood gave away too many fouls again. But the only problem is the referee didn't help his cause. But I suppose so Wood gets another 4. I suppose when you're the 2 strikers and you're getting next to no service, it's very hard to be too critical. But Wood and Barnes, I think, have been found out now. The 2 centre backs, Thiago and Zuma, were just streets, head and shoulders above what Barnes and Wood were. They weren't their usual physical presence. Maybe we should have gone with Jay Rodriguez or Matty Rinsborough up front, just mix things up a bit. But Dyche seems to go with the same strike force when fit, and I don't think that's right. I think maybe Wood or Barnes, Wood or Rodriguez up front might be a better combo, or maybe try Rodriguez and Vidra. You know, try a new combination because we're desperate for goals at the moment. Going on to the substitutes, Jay Rodriguez, he gets 5, which is okay because he in fairness, he had a goal. He tried. He'll never stop running, and he'll never stop caring about the club because it's his club and he's one of our own and that. So I'll give him a 5. Brady, I'll give him a 4. He didn't really get much chance, really. He only got about 15 minutes to show what he could do. And by that time, we'd already lost the match. So you can't really be too critical of Robbie Brady. And of course, he's having to play on the right-hand side with Gudmundsson out injured. But there you go. Right, Sean Dyche tactically got it wrong. Still persists with 4-4-2. Tried to change it around with 4-3-3. Try and match Chelsea. Try and match to Chelsea lads, but we're chasing the game after that, and it's disappointing. But I feel for him in a way. I'm going to give him 4 because I do feel a bit sorry for him because he's been shafted by our board. I mean, it's upstairs where the problems are lying. Why the confidence is so low and why Burnley can't buy a win at the moment. It's so frustrating, and I think Mike Garlick and the uncertainty who's going to be owning the club, will it be in the American owners or will it be the Egyptian owners? I'm not sure, but you know, I feel that Dyche has been sold down the river by Mike Garlick this summer, and I don't think that's helped in a way, and I've made my feelings perfectly clear in other videos, and I'm not going to go down that road. Dyche gets a 14 performance. 3, and they're lucky to get that because the attitude and commitment and the desire stunk, and I mean utterly, completely, without a shadow of a doubt, the attitude, the commitment, and the desire completely, utterly stunk. It was embarrassing, quite frankly. Referee David Koo. Not a good day for him. Gave a few dodgy decisions Chelsea's way. Not that Chelsea needed any dodgy decisions, by the way, to win yesterday. They did win fair and square. I think the free kick that leads to the first goal, I think, is not a free kick. I think it's not a foul by Wood. Could have had a penalty at the start yesterday, but it's coulda, woulda, shouldas. I think he gets 3 from me for that. Not a good referee at all. Stick to VAR, pal. Also, and I'm going to give some marks to Chelsea as well. I'm going to give Lampard 8 out of 10. He's obviously studied Burnley and how they play, how we play, and 4 marks to him. Did really well. Tactically got it spot on. 4-3-3. He had a bit of unfortunate luck before the start with Pulisic going down with an injury, but Werner came in, did a good job, scored, took his goal well. I thought Ziyech was probably their man of the match, was unplayable. Chilwell made some great runs down the left, and tactically he got it spot on, so I'm going to give Lampard 8. As for Chelsea's team performance, I'm going to give him 8 as well. That is the best I think I've seen Chelsea play. Forget about Burnley shambolic play yesterday. For all Burnley were terrible, and I'm saying this through, and I'm being totally honest. I'm a Burnley fan and I love the club, and I hate to criticise them, but at the moment I haven't got any excuses. But having said that, Chelsea were brilliant, took the goals well. Burnley gifted them 3 goals, but some of the play, they could have had 5 or 6 on another day, and I thought Havertz looks a fantastic player, Werner looks fantastic, and the all-round performance I thought from Chelsea was very dominant, and apart from 10 minutes, they were just streets and a million miles ahead of us in every facet of the game. Forget the fact that they spent money and we haven't. It's still 11 against the moment. They play like, they don't forget how quality they are. They play like, the difference was they played like men and what they wanted the game more. We played like boys and spoiled little brats who couldn't be bothered turning in a shift. That was the difference. They put in the shift, they put in the hard graft. We didn't. And fair play to Chelsea. They deserved all 3 points. You can't disguise that fact. And they deserved to win yesterday by none. And I think now Burnley have to have a rocket up their backsides, quite honestly. I think Dyche should have read. I think if I'd have been the manager, I'd have read them right at both half time and full time, because that was just unacceptable. And now the game against Brighton is a must winner. That match, incidentally, will be live on JB Sports at 5:30 on Friday night. So you'll be able to listen to that in full. We'll have the comment section open for business. So it's a big match. It's a 6 points. Brighton have just lost 2-1 to Spurs tonight. Karma, as far as I'm concerned. They got a VAR goal allowed, which shouldn't have been allowed. So I was quite glad when Bale scored the winner tonight. Right, anyway, thank you very much for watching. That was my dissecting of Burnley's defeat yesterday. It's not looking good, is it, for us? 17 fit players, first teamers, plus 4 or 5 out injured. It's not looking healthy, is it, for us? But if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you want to subscribe, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We're up to 760 now. We're only 40 away from that 800. So keep subscribing, folks. If you haven't subscribed and you like what you hear and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Please keep hitting it. Hit the notifications as well for when the next videos come up or the next streams come up, because we want you to know about this. It's important that we do. And thank you to everyone who subscribed, and so all the subscribers, old and new. I'll see you on Friday see you on Trevor Sports channel tomorrow for the Champions League, maybe even on Thursday as well, and then we'll have live commentary on here on Friday night with Burnley's away trip to Brighton. Until then, take care. Enjoy the rest of you. Take care. Stay safe. Enjoy yourselves. But obviously take care and safe, and stay warm tonight, because it's going to be a wild, windy night, I think, ahead of us there. I can hear the wind whistling in the background. But anyway, from me, take care. I'll see you later.